Let's go.
We are live.
Let's go. Let's get right
good.
into it. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Come
do it.
on. It's Saturday Standoff at night
Let's go.
for the first time. I want to say ever. Standoff at night. I'm joined by Jordan. I'm joined by CD. Without further ado, I'm going to get right into it.
Saturday, Jordan.
Has Sami Zayn. Oh my gosh, I almost choked
Saturday
on my
night,
spit
Jordan.
there. Goodness gracious, Jordan that night. I know it has like its own ring to it. Let's talk about it. Has Sami Zayn ruined Kevin Owens' return? Absolutely not. However, I think what this is, if they do it right, it's going to turn out okay. I don't think this is the worst decision to have Sami just fully on go heel, to have him do his heel turn. I do not think this is the worst decision ever, boys. However, I think this kind of shows that WWE doesn't really know which direction they want to go. They've been planning and stringing this heel thing. You have Randy Orton in this weird situation, not weird situation with Cody Rhodes. They're in a direct feud. However, when it comes to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being inside this feud, this love triangle with CM Punk, I don't think it's the worst decision ever. Why? Because one, I think more superstars in the title scene makes it always better. However, I do wish they just pulled the trigger and put the title on Kevin Owens last night. I really wish that they went ahead and just had Owens beat Punk. And they went ahead and had the title hot potato. Not only do I think that would have made it unpredictable for, like, I don't know if Zayn's going to win, but there's so much to be coming out of this. There's so much to be coming out of this feud. There's so much to come out of this championship triangle that is Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk. I don't think it was the worst decision ever. I just think it could have been executed a lot better. However, I am excited to see what's going to happen. I think Sami Owens Punk is going to be something really good. We do have a midnight start time, and because of that, if there's a man that looks like midnight, and I promise I'm not being racist, CD.
It sounds.
Please go ahead and take it away.
Well, I'm glad that you handed the mic to me, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Sami Zayn ruined Kevin Owens' return? I think not. Are we serious? Let's be honest. This actually adds more to this already good feud. Let me fix these glasses real quick. Let me adjust this real quick. Like I said, this adds so much to the feud. We could get a nice little triple threat in a future PLE. I love that. Sami Zayn turning heel, you got to think about all the good stuff that came from it. I think Kevin Owens didn't lose anything at all. He didn't lose no momentum. And for anything, he kind of gained a little bit. He kind of gained a little bit of momentum. Only because of the simple fact that this match that he had with CM Punk, it showed that he ain't beat a step. He ain't lose no step. He still got it. Sami Zayn really ruined nothing for anything. He added. He made it good. And I'm a believer of grabs. You know, I love my grabs. And what Sami did last night, and he's giving us a one-way ticket to Grab City. Grab City, man. We're gonna get that. I don't know what, Money in the Bank, maybe on a random SmackDown. I'm just sounding like I'm rambling, but just let me drop some gospel on you for a second, real quick. Some nice D gospel, final D gospel. Now that might be a pause, but just hear me out. Think about it. Kevin Owens, CM Punk, Sami Zayn at Money in the Bank. And Sami Zayn is playing the mega heel. It's the straight peak. But to answer the question, Sami has not ruined the return. He has added more to the return. That's my thoughts.
You know what? I got to agree with some stuff that you said right there. Sami Zayn has consistently been the most undervalued player in WWE for a long time. I think Sami Zayn has continued to for the majority, elevate almost every single feud that he's been in, and I do think Sami Zayn is elevating this one. I think CM Punk and Kevin Owens isn't ruined. I think it's elevated. I do agree with you, and I do concede to that. CM Punk and Kevin Owens is elevated because of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has added a lot to this feud. In terms of a new dynamic with there being a much more clear-cut heel. We know that Kevin Owens and CM Punk are two loved people from the fans. And despite CM Punk being booed last night in Toronto because he was the bad guy during the Kevin Owens and him stuff when they were going back and forth, that's how it was perceived. What this adds is it makes a way for two fan favorites to not get the hot end of the stick in terms of either one being booed or either one the fans not knowing which one to vouch for. Sami Zayn now is the clear-cut dry heel in this feud, and I think this adds so much room for nuance if WWE does execute the story right. The issue is that we're dealing with triple fraud, and I know, Jordan, you're a triple fraud lawyer, and you have his case of defense on duty, on deck. It's like a Batman utility belt where if you come after Triple H, Jordan got the Triple H utility defense belt where he's going to defend Papa H by any means necessary. But let's be honest here. I'm not saying Sami Zayn has ruined anything solely. I'm saying that Triple H and TKO and company have not been the best with executing good ideas or good storylines. And we've known this since 2022, definitely since 2024 and up. So, with that being said, Jordan, you can take it away. I'm done. But I'm just saying, are we sure that they're going to execute this feud properly? I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, kinda, to be honest with you, just a little bit. To tell you the truth, I didn't believe this earlier, but now I think about it a little bit because I think they've gotten to this a little bit too soon. I do think KO and Punk wasn't a problem. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with Sami being the reason Kevin loses and them going straight into Sami Kevin right now. And I do think that Punk should have won last night because I do think that Kevin, we do need a little bit more build up for Kevin with the fans. Obviously, they love him because he's back and everything, but we need a little bit more build up story-wise before we just put the title on him. I think that's not as organic as a lot of people that wanted him to win. Like a lot of the things that they vouch for, that goes directly against it. And I just think that we can build a little bit more. I think Kevin, when he wins his first world title, and as long as it's been since he won it, I believe it needs to be a bigger moment. And I believe that Kevin is one of the last people in line that is good. Obviously, he's not as young as others would like him to be. Like I know Reese, prefers the 30-year-olds, and I understand that. But Kevin is still one of the last in the line of people that deserves that moment. And he's still young enough to fight at a high level. He did miss over a year and a half of his career. So like year and a half of his career. So we got to give him grace, even with the young guys. You know what I mean? So what I mean is that if you really want me to honestly get to where I'm going is that Sami and Kevin being like pushed to now, they want to build a really good story, then they have the chance to. And I think Sami and Kevin Owens need to be the last two in the 2027 Royal Rumble. I don't know who should win.
Interesting.
And I'm not saying that your triple threat idea is bad at all. I am telling you that it's more than good, CD. Your triple threat of CM Punk and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I believe, is a WrestleMania Saudi Arabia match. Because I truly believe that this story can go this far. And if you want to say, oh, well, Obafemi should win the Royal Rumble, you know what? I don't think he needs to. Even if he is the one that's going to face Roman Reigns over The Rock, which I don't think. I think I think the Bloodline doing something that's never been done before, literally storming the ring to destroy Oba and literally eliminate him from the Royal Rumble, which would put him in the line in the scope to face Roman at WrestleMania anyway, and eliminating him so that Sami and Kevin are the last two in the ring in Saudi. I think that would be a better story. And I think that Oba doesn't need the Rumble to get to Roman, even if he is the one that's going to. I know you're going to say Breakker should win and be the one that faces Punk.
Yeah,
I don't think it's as good of a story as Sami and Kevin. I don't think it's as good of a story as Sami, Kevin, and Punk. With everything that is going into, I think you can keep Sami and Kevin having a pretty. Maybe you can have a match or two with them between now and then. I would let you know what I would love to see. I would love to see Sami versus Punk 1-on-1 at this point, and I would love to see Kevin cost him. I know we already got Sami versus Punk on Raw, but give us it again. We know it'll cook, and I want Kevin to cost Sami. That way, we're
way
building this thing.
It still
and
keeps
honestly,
going.
if you want, honestly, if you want Reese, you could have Sami and Kevin get in a fight, like this next week or whatever, because of what Sami did. Have Sami go because he's the heel. Have Sami go ruthless, and just snap and kind of write Kevin off
Target
for like
his neck.
3 weeks.
You can target his
3
neck,
weeks or
honestly.
something. Have the
Target
match. Target his neck. Put him on the shelf. Have the match at Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens returns. It costs Sami Zayn. There you go. This is building. Get into Punk versus Orton. Have Punk rightfully look at Sami and Kevin and say, "I beat you both. I'm moving on." Move into Punk versus Orton. You get what I mean? Do Punk Orton for a little bit. I'm just saying.
But where does that
this
leave
is
Cody?
where I'm at. I don't know.
Jordan,
But
Jordan.
I'm about to land.
Conversation
I'm about to
rolling.
land. I'm almost done. About to land. That is what I mean is he has not necessarily ruined the return, but this is the way they have to do it now, in my opinion, for it to work. This is the way they have to do it. They didn't have to do it if they would have gave Kevin a little bit more just organic legs. Now that he's fully in the main event scene and now he's right back in like a really personal feud with Sami. Now they have to do this right. And they have to do his win at WrestleMania.
This is interesting.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to do two things real quick. I'm going to give you credit. Jordan, what you have done is lined up a very, very, very predictable and probably what will happen story for WWE in 2026. So I give you full credit for that.
For the booking,
The issue is that you made a scenario that's possible in WWE in 2026, which means it absolutely sucks.
Wow.
Look, I'm not saying
I wouldn't
that
say
that a CM Punk, a Sami Zayn, a Kevin Owens aren't deserving of being WWE champions. What I am saying is that they for sure ain't need a Royal Rumble win. You want to talk about somebody who doesn't need a Royal Rumble win? How about the three former WWE champions being CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens? If you want to talk about somebody who doesn't need a Royal Rumble win, you want to talk about a better story? How about we don't push back and extend and prolong a story for no reason, let alone even if it does extend to the Saudi Arabia, which it probably will be, to give you your credit. But even if it does extend to that degree, why do we need them to win the Royal Rumble? Like, in what way? What reason? What universe, what pocket dimension,
it sounds
good in space and time do we need a CM Punk or a Sami Zayn or a Kevin Owens, those were the two that you said, to win the Royal Rumble in 2027? This is when CM Punk was yay high, Jordan. When CM Punk was a little Pepsi Phil. Do you want to know what they were doing? They were making movies where the future was 2027. Like, that was like the in the future fast forward thing. We're in that time. There is no reason on God's beautiful green earth, his luxurious planet flowing with the Atlantic oceans and the rivers and across the world, across the globe. There is no reason on this great big beautiful planet we call planet Earth that CM Punk in 2027, Sami Zayn in 2027, Kevin Owens in 2027 need to win a Royal Rumble. Absolutely not. Has Sami Zayn, to answer, to keep it on topic, has Sami Zayn ruined the return of Kevin Owens? Of course not. Has Sami Zayn elevated this feud? Absolutely. Does this feud need a Royal Rumble victory and a main event at WrestleMania? Absolutely not. And you are absolutely asinine if you believe so. There is no reason. I want to say no way. I was tempted to say no way because when there is a hunter, there's a way. And when there's a Jordan supporting the hunter, my goodness, you might as well stamp it down in the history books. But there is no reason, absolutely good reason. We need a Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens Royal Rumble win. Absolutely not. You're being asinine. I'm not even upset at you, Jordan. I am disappointed. I'm done, CD. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm calming down. I'm sorry.
You're good, brother.
Disappointed again? Hold on. Wait. Let me respond one more before we move on. Wait. So you're telling me, and I think this is where CD, Hollywood D, I need you for this one. You're telling me that with all the stars and all the legends that have the loyalty to this company, I know that young era this, young era that, young era this. I want them to get pushed too. You're telling me Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens don't deserve Royal Rumble wins in their career? You're out of your mind.
Well, it depends on how they do it.
AJ deserves to win. You don't think AJ should have won the Rumble?
Nah,
yeah, like
already had a career.
10 years ago?
Yes, he should have.
10 years ago?
I'm
and 27 when he first debuted, Trey should have, yeah. Maybe 16?
No, he would.
Why should AJ win the Rumble in 2024?
This Rumble should go to a young guard in an Oba or a Braun.
Right, unless you are. Look, I'm with you.
Bro, Kevin was already going to be one of the next in line to win a Rumble.
I don't hate Cena winning in 2013. I don't hate Austin winning the 3 times he did. I'm okay with multiple times. Shoot, I don't even hate Cody Rhodes when he won the Rumble in 2024. I believe that was. I don't even hate that. My issue is that
just Chuck. Might as well hate it.
No. What I am saying is that we as a whole, we do not need if the feud does not need a Royal Rumble win. If the Royal Rumble doesn't make sense for the story, which this time it does not. It does not make sense for the story.
Yes, it
we
does.
are in.
Where is WrestleMania? Where is WrestleMania?
The date.
Where is WrestleMania?
Currently, the date is August 22nd, 2026. Why in the world? Why in the entire Milky Way galaxy do we need to extend this?
Where is WrestleMania?
Why do we need this? Why do we need to extend this? It's
we can have WrestleMania culminate at the Royal Rumble.
Where is WrestleMania, Reese?
That would be much better.
I will be a year older if this goes any further. I don't want to age.
Where is WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Hold on, CD. You know this is Reese. Where is WrestleMania?
I'm not saying your idea is not possible.
Why not just have Kevin Owens and Cena as a singles match?
I'm not saying your idea is impossible.
So why do you think that Sami shouldn't be involved in a main event in Saudi?
I don't care.
As long as he's on the card, he's fine, Jordan.
Hold on, CD. I don't care if it took place in Saudi Arabia. I don't care if it took place in the middle of Afghanistan. I don't care if it took place in Mexico, Brazil. You could have put it in the No Realm where Goku and friends hold the Tournament of Power. I don't care where it's at. It just shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen. I don't care where it's at. And you could have had it in the Hidden Leaf Village. It doesn't matter where it's at.
You don't want Sami to win any more world titles?
It doesn't matter. I don't need it. I don't need Sami Zayn in the midst of a Royal Rumble in 2027.
You don't need Sami to. You don't need Sam. You don't want Sami to win any more world titles?
He can win the world title. He doesn't need a Royal Rumble win. Why should he win the Royal Rumble?
Why can't Kevin win the Rumble when he was the one that was Bro, he was rumored to win the Rumble this time anyway.
It's 2027. Why can't Braun Breaker, who was held back from winning at all this year, win the Royal Rumble to gain some momentum?
Funny enough, in the Rumble this year, he got eliminated in quick fashion.
That's
He
what I'm
needs his
saying.
redemption. He needs his redemption.
because
On
he has
Triple
more
H
years
is
to win
unreal,
it.
which is very unreal. He said that he held him back so the
Ironically.
fans didn't get tired of him. Jordan, here's the fact: you and Braun Breaker, the past like 5 months, have the same amount of WWE match wins. That's the fact right there. I have no reason to believe that Samington Zanington should be going out here and winning the Royal Rumble 2027. That's it. I'm done. Go ahead, CD. Take it away. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Now, I'm not opposed to the idea of being at Mania, but I don't think it should happen at all. You want to know why? Because it's eyes towards the future. You're going to want somebody like a Braun over to win the Rumble and to go to WrestleMania and get something
You're
different.
not.
Yes, you do. Your eyes toward the future. They're already building up these two guys anyways. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being in the final two. It will be good for the story, but not now. No. You can just run this storyline of WrestleMania as a singles match, or maybe a no holds barred, or maybe like a stipulation add to this, and Sammy going as the hometown hero. As long as he's on the card, they're going to love it. I don't think he needs to be in the main event. Do I think they deserve a Royal Rumble win? Yes, but not this time. For anything, they don't really need it in their careers. They really don't need it at all, in my opinion.
Why don't we want Punk to what?
I just don't think we need it. That's just me. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like guys like Oba and Braun would definitely benefit more from Rumble. They would benefit more from Rumble,
bro.
Kevin and Sammy. Case closed, brother. That's just
wait a minute. I'm reading these comments. So but wait a minute, Reese, CD. So comments. Y'all don't want Punk in the main event scene at WrestleMania?
He should be. He should be at the main event. Absolutely, he should be there. And you're muted,
but he doesn't need to be.
Bro,
he doesn't need to be.
Happened?
He doesn't need to be.
Bro, what just happened?
He should.
I don't know if he should. Why? I don't think he should. He doesn't need to be.
I think he should because he's one of the top players right now, and he's having
but you can. But CD, hold on. You can change the guards. Ain't no issue with that.
Yeah, no. I get. No, I get that. But what if
Jordan?
What if we
Jordan,
do this?
can I keep it? Can I keep it a bean with you? CD, can I keep it a bean with you? Ain't no issue if he ain't in the Royal Rumble. Ain't no issue if he ain't in the main event of WrestleMania. As long as you replace him with somebody good enough, ain't no issue. That's what I'm saying.
Here's my thing. I wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk in the main event, but could you imagine if CM Punk goes up against a Royal Rumble winner and Braun Breaker,
my phone's really
versus CM Punk at the main event?
You're good, Jordan.
Like, could you imagine that Punk getting that main event again, but this time he's put over a young guy to add on top of that to build his stock up, like a Braun or Oba to challenge him? I feel like Punk can definitely get that main event. He doesn't need it, but I think he'll get it for all his hard work that he did in 2026, putting on nothing but bangers and giving us good quality. I think he deserves the main event.
Well, speaking of quality, it actually leads into what we're talking about next.
Okay.
We are talking about CM Punk and his current title run. Boys, gentlemen.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it very. I'm lying if I said I'm gonna keep it brief, but I'm going to be honest. CM Punk, he's not on the greatest run that he's had in his career, for sure. He's had better. However, when it comes to is this a totem pole mover for CM Punk? I know you're not gonna like this, Jordan. CD, you might agree, but there's gonna be some conversations on if CM Punk is hitting that top 10, 9, 8 spot.
He's already
in WWE history.
Already there, to be honest, at that 10th spot.
Like, we're going to have some serious conversations on the work he has done. Do I give him the longevity bump? No. Why? Because you left for about 7 or so plus years. Do I give him the bump on the peaks? Absolutely. CM Punk has 2 of the best peaks, not the best, but 2 of the best peaks in WWE history. I got no reason to not put this man in conversations of a top 10 all time. 0 reasons not to. And I'm going to be honest. You're not going to like this, Jordan. But we prop up a Roman Reigns. We prop up a Seth Rollins. I don't, but I know those who do. We prop up a Randy Orton. We prop up all these guys I got no reason to not throw CM Punk's name in the same ring as those hats. No reason not to. CM Punk has done way too much, and I can't even say short time, but for sure some time. At the age of 40, what, I want to say 7? 6? CM Punk has been delivering like a Papa
48.
John's
Almost
pizza
47,
driver.
47, almost 48.
47 years old. Whether you want to talk about the match he just got off with Kevin Owens, the match that he had earlier on TV with Sami Zayn, the match earlier this year with Finn Balor, the match with Roman Reigns, the match with Cody Rhodes, you give him anybody and he's going to deliver. Like it's Super Bowl Sunday and he works at Pizza Hut. My goodness, CM Punk has consistently been one of the top guys since 2023. I'm not saying this is his best run. Absolutely not. What I am saying is that this run causes us to have some conversations about where his name belongs in history. So hear me well. If in 5 years, when people are making those all-time lists, I know Jordan's not going to like this, but they're going to question a Roman Reigns. They're going to question a Randy Orton. They're going to question those guys. If they're over CM Punk, do I have Punk over Reigns? No. Do I have Punk over Orton? Nah. But is he making a hard case to argue those guys? Absolutely. I think CM Punk will go down as one of the top 10 superstars of all time in WWE at the bare minimum, number 10. At the bare minimum. You can go see it. The floor is yours. But that's exactly what I believe.
Well, hey, man, I'm going to just tell you something real quick. CM Punk, to me, the final D bars. I'm going to tell you something really quickly. He is already in the top 10.
Really?
He's already at the number 10 spot. He's at 10 already. Due to some fact that this second run and this year, honestly.
Who's he passed?
Oh, who he passed? In that 10th spot for me? If you're asking me personally, he already passed guys like a Bret Hart and Kurt Angle. He passed those.
You think CM Punk right now is better than Bret Hart?
Absolutely.
You think CM Punk right now is better than Kurt Angle?
At this current moment, as of August 22nd, 2026, like you said, Reese, is better than Bret Hart. He is better than him. You can argue the matches.
Wait, I just want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. You have CM Punk currently over Bret Hart and Kurt Angle all time?
Yes.
Why?
This second run he's had, it hasn't been Shawn Michaels-esque, but it's been more so like an Edge type of second run, which and a little bit better. It's a little bit better than Edge's second run. But the quality that he's given us from the Drew feud with the Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood, the Finn Balor match at Chamber, the same match on Raw, the Seth Rollins match, the Breaker matches, the matches that he's been giving us and the quality he's been giving us for these past 3 years have been amazing. And we can already talk about his first one, which already has some good stuff with him, feuding with the likes of Daniel Bryan, your GOAT, John Cena, Randy Orton, feuding with guys like that. I'm just saying, if you go, even Jeff Hardy, a fan favorite, Rey Mysterio, another fan favorite, with all these good matches and good quality that he's given us from the first and second run, mainly the second, really, he's surpassed them. Main event at Manias, really good. The triple threat, great. The Roman match, great. He surpassed him. And then we don't even got to get to the mic skills. We already know he's better than Bret. Bret doesn't hold a can of paint. He doesn't hold anything. Even like as a wrestler, as a pure wrestler, you can say Bret's better. I won't even argue that. But what CM Punk has been doing in the second round has been showing that age is just a myth. Age is a myth. And that's like one of the main reasons why I have CM Punk just higher than Bret Hart. He's still doing that at an older age, still going at a nice elite level, and still is doing it going into the new year. He's going to keep going into the new year. It's going to happen. He surpassed him for a multitude of reasons. And the reason I just named is the reasons why he surpassed Bret Hart. So I had to say, but Bret, you got kicked out the top 10. CM Punk took your chain, and now you got to take a back seat. That's just the facts.
So I want to agree with you on something before we continue.
Yes.
I do firmly believe. I don't know about the Bret Hart take, but I do firmly believe that inside WWE, CM Punk has surpassed Kurt Angle. Not only has CM Punk proved to be a bigger draw, I do
Mm,
think CM Punk's match catalog, whether it be the matches with John, the matches with Bryan, the matches with Jeff Hardy, the matches with Roman Reigns, I think CM Punk has made a catalog of him for himself, on top of
mm,
being one of the best promos we've ever heard of all time, to
yes.
have a case over Kurt Angle. Am I saying that it's not a conversation? Absolutely, it's a conversation. I do believe it's a conversation. But I do think that CM Punk has made his case to be over Kurt Angle all time. I don't think it's crazy to say that CM Punk has surpassed him. Do I think Kurt Angle has a case? Absolutely. Do I think CM Punk is stronger? For sure. I don't know about you. I don't know about the Bret Hart stuff. I don't know about your Bret Hart thing. I don't know about all that. But I do believe that CM Punk has surpassed the likes of Kurt Angle all time. Now, when it comes to some of the names that we mentioned throughout the year, when it comes to a CM Punk, when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to the matches that he's had this year, one of the
Mm-hmm.
biggest feuds that he's had this year, of course not many, was Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes and the stuff that he's dealt with, the
Mm,
stuff that he's gone through, I'm going to keep it a buck. The promo that he had with Randy Orton when he quoted Paul Heyman, and we
yes.
saw the stuff going on, and we saw that the handshake earlier, I think it was sometime last year, that he had with Paul Heyman. It's been a lot going on when it comes to Cody Rhodes turning heel. I'm going to say
Mm-hmm.
this. I think right now is the perfect time for Cody Rhodes to turn heel. You have a
Yes.
CM Punk who's one of the top baby faces in the company right now. You now have a Kevin Owens. You fixed that issue where it was going, you know what? How in the world are we going to have two beloved characters like a CM Punk, like a Kevin Owens in one story feuding with each other? We had that issue going on. Now Sami Zayn is heel. Now we got the two top baby faces on Friday Night SmackDown. Roman Reigns, he's going on the cusp of turning heel, but we already have our baby faces right there. The Solo Sikoas, the LA Knights, are they the
Mm-hmm.
strongest? Absolutely not. But you can have a predominantly heel champion on your show. It's completely fine, especially with the stuff that he's going to do with the luchadors and whatnot. When it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
question that's being proposed, should Cody Rhodes turn heel right now? Absolutely. I think there isn't a better time to do it. The issue is that Randy Orton is a heel right now. And you would have to turn Randy Orton babyface. You would have to give Cody,
Maybe a
like
double
even right
turn.
now, Cody Rhodes has all the reasons in the world to feel the way that he feels against Randy Orton. And there is in no light that we should be looking at Randy Orton as a babyface. He's done too much heel stuff, and he's even gained some heat with the work that he's doing. Should Cody Rhodes turn heel? Absolutely. Is now the right time? WWE does this thing where they book themselves into corners and then try to book themselves out, and it just falls short. And also they're hesitant with the Cody Rhodes heel turn because they believe that they need this super duper John Cena Hulk Hogan as babyface, when it's not true. You can have your babyface be a CM Punk and be on the flagship show, not the flagship show because SmackDown isn't, but your
Yeah.
second show, right? And you have
Every
Roman
show.
Reigns over there on Monday Night Raw doing what he does. I'm sorry, but should Cody Rhodes turn heel? Yes, but I don't know if now is the time. I
Mm,
don't know. I just firmly don't know.
hmm. Let me get the mic with this one, man. Let me drop some gospel, man. The final D wants to tell y'all something, man. And it is, should Cody join Paul Heyman? Should he turn heel? Absolutely. It's not even a question. We got too much babyface, white meat babyface work from Cody Rhodes. We're kind of tired of seeing it. We already seen this already. It's time for a change. And when do I think he should turn heel? I think with this feud that they're doing right now with Randy Orton, I do believe that eventually we're going to get a
Good
double
God.
turn. I think we're going to get a double turn. Maybe if they extend this to the Royal Rumble, or maybe if they somehow, some way extend this to Mania, which we kind of crazy. We're in August, so imagine extending this all the way to April. That'll be kind of a little sun. That'll be a little too long. But I do think this should end with a double turn. You gotta think about it. Let's use our brains here. Think about everybody that turned on Cody. He's like, his heel turn should drive him paranoid, which should honestly let him turn heel. The paranoid stuff will get to him. He's gonna be like, okay, that's gonna be the cause of him turning heel. I think what they need to do in this, like, this like final bout between Randy and Cody, whenever it happens, maybe at a big pay per view, maybe like a Survivor Series or like a Royal Rumble, or maybe somehow, some way at the Chamber, and then like we just get Cody just turning full heel like that because he's paranoid. It works, and then having him align with Paul Heyman, it will be an interesting dynamic. But honestly, I don't think Cody needs a Paul Heyman. I don't think he really needs a Paul Heyman necessarily, unless it's like a corporate type of deal, if that makes sense. I feel like it has to make sense if it's just a corporate related thing. But I don't know if that's the direction he's going to go. I think Cody can work better by himself as a heel. I don't think he needs a manager by his side in his ear telling him what to do and what to do, this, that, and the third. No, that's not Cody. Cody has done this by himself. You're familiar with his work in the past. We did in the indies and whatnot, but that's besides the point. Like I said, Cody should indeed turn heel. It's been way too long. It's really like 4 years in the making, honestly. And eventually, when we do get that, the sky's the limit for Cody. We're going to be putting him in conversations that people are not going to like, depending on how the heel word goes, with or without Paul Heyman.
Hot take that I think Jordan might have something to comment on. I don't think there should be any more Paul Heyman guys.
Not even Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker be the last one, then that's fine. I'm good with that.
Okay, cool.
But I think we should promote that. And I'm not saying get rid of the manager trope in general. I'm not saying that. But I think right now we're in an era of young guys. First off, the older superstars don't need a Heyman, right? The Reigns, the Seths, the Codys, they don't need a Heyman. They've done this. The Sammys, the Owens. The younger guys, I think the issue with them is that they're being held back. That they don't get chances to speak on the mic. They don't get chances to wrestle on TV. I think, if anything, being a Paul Heyman guy in 2026 in WWE's current era would hold you back even more than already the booking does. So I'm going to be honest, unless the landscape of WWE changes, I'm not too sure how I feel about Paul Heyman guys. And like you said, I don't think Cody Rhodes would need a Paul Heyman. What purpose would he serve? Cody Rhodes doesn't have the Reigns issue too much where he doesn't show up on weekly television. Cody Rhodes also is fine on the mic when he gets a promo, and I'm sure he'll do good as a heel. And even the younger guys, like your Braun Breakers and whatnot, I think part of the reason why A. Jordan would be so hesitant on putting him in the main event scene or putting him in a Royal Rumble winner, even though I highly disagree with it, is because sometimes he can be a little green. But you can't change colors if you don't get opportunity. So
nice little bar.
That's my issue, is that does Cody join Heyman? Probably not. Should he turn heel? Maybe. Does he need a Paul Heyman? Absolutely not. And I think that the era of Paul Heyman guys has done more
bad
damage this year and this era outside of Reigns than help. Even with the vision, I'll keep it a bean. I think Paul Heyman held a lot of the vision back because he's there. I'll give an example before the baton gets passed to Jordan. The Judgment Day. I'm not saying they do the best work. I'm not saying they do the best stuff all the time. But you get a lot more. I think the reason why we can have the opinions that we do about the Judgment Day is because they're actually out there wrestling. And we have seen people like a Rhea Ripley and a Dominic Mysterio actually shine bright. I think if Paul Heyman was in their faction like a Judgment Day, they would be held back. Shoot. Let's even take it back to the Bloodline. I think Roman Reigns' best stuff is when Paul Heyman wasn't there. So I'm not trying to knock Paul Heyman and his impact, because he's one of the all-time greats managers of all time. He is, absolutely. But does this era need him in WWE right now? Not too sure. I think we've seen more damage the past year for sure. I think we've seen more damage than any good. Go ahead, Jordan. You're reaching for the microphone.
Okay, so I'm going to start out by saying I don't like Paul Heyman, joining Cody. Like, I love it. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, when we talked about Braun Breaker and Heyman, and you guys were so against me with that, I guess I could kind of see why you were like, maybe not with Braun, because you want to see what Braun can do, like the Batista route, maybe a little on his own. But when then I heard this and when I saw this last night, and I saw like the fact that this can come together, this is brilliant because Paul has worked with Cody in so many different ways with the Roman feud, and they've had so many moments where they've kind of shared that same like sentiment that he has with other like his other guys. Roman Reigns, Punk, Brock Lesnar. And he never had it with Seth because they were just like oil and water. But the thing is that, bro, the asshole, respectfully, that Seth wants to be when he's a heel is the one that Cody is naturally when he's a heel. And if Heyman and Cody were together, and Heyman wanted to, like, and Heyman actually like put effort, it would be brilliant. And what I'm trying to tell you is this. I see you trying to be slick, Reese, and I'm not here for it. I'm not going for it. You're like, well, I'm not trying to knock Paul Heyman, but but let me just knock him real quick. Okay, like I'm not trying to, but let me just go. I mean, does this era look at you trying to imply and push Paul Heyman out the door before he's ready to be done when he still has a lot to offer this business? And another thing is you're like, oh, I'm not trying to say get away from the manager trope, but let me just imply it real quick. Let me just imply we get away from the manager trope real quick. And let me explain something. You know what Paul Heyman would say? They've always been a part of this business, and you're never going to push them out. Managers are a thing. They deserve to be a thing. And it's hard enough to be a good one without people trying to say, I don't know if we need him anymore. And honestly, I'm kind of tired of Paul Heyman. Is Paul Heyman getting stale? Should Paul Heyman have to go? No. Paul Heyman still can be side by side with it. Like I said, a young talent like Braun Breaker, or like the fact that this has somehow suddenly, because, Reese is going to hate this one, because even, like, you know what? I'll even give him a little criticism real quick, but it's like even a broken clock is right twice a day, because the mind of Triple H has given us a possibility that we could have Cody as a heel with Paul Heyman bringing the best bad guy out of him, because he can bring the best bad guy out of almost anybody. And that is what Paul Heyman does. Even if you do, like you said, Reese, well, I think Paul Heyman's, when he wasn't around, Roman had his best moments. Well, that's because of Paul Heyman. It's still because of some of the things that
where we getting at here.
Paul Heyman was a massive ship. I'm not saying it's all him, but the tribal chief himself would credit him as well. That a lot of the things that he taught him, a lot of the things that he bestowed upon him. Same thing with Punk, same thing with Brock. I know you don't care what wrestlers say, but that's not the same context. My point is that this is great. Like, this would be great. Their personalities as bad guys mesh so well. And this is a way to get him, this is a way to get Cody, the heel character, that's organic and feels like it could be a little towards a Homelander, because think about it. Paul worships his Paul Heyman guys. He worships them like gods, doesn't he? So when you think about it, it really creeps into like, would this be the perfect way to turn him heel? I didn't think about this, but guess who did? Guess who did? Triple H. Triple H thought of it. And guess what? As I land this, I'm gonna say, Heyman absolutely can step away whenever he wants. He's the greatest manager of all time. He's one of the greatest creative minds of all time. He's managed some of the best in history, and if he still feels he has a lot to offer young talent, so a talent like Cody, if he still feels you know what? I have a great story I think we can build. I want to hear it. I want to listen. I am here for what Paul Heyman has in store.
Before we continue, I will address the stuff Jordan says.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, take a sip of your Mountain Dew. You're going to need it. 1, Paul Heyman has been passed around
Huh.
more than the joint that you smoke with your homies. And I know that not me. I know that's you, Jordan. I know that's how you roll. I'm just letting you know. That's how much he's because you know better than I do.
Kind of were passed around like
That's how you roll.
like a
With
that.
that being said, Paul Heyman being passed around like a Kardashian on an NBA roster
Or like
has
a doll,
less
really.
effect
Like a doll, really, you know.
today than he has before. Why? Because you go from Roman Reigns to Braun Breaker to shaking hands with Obafemi to Brock Lesnar popping back up. Then you do your stuff with Seth
It seems
Rollins.
pretty
And now
nasty.
you're with Cody
The only
Rhodes.
one that
It
can
just
do it
does
all.
not have the same effect.
Oh, it does.
It does not. Because when you hop from star to star to star to star, like you're a 2010s WWE diva, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't have the same effect, right?
Mm.
2, don't try to slide his name into this. Don't bring that man's name into this because it's because of our next topic. That's exactly why. Because if you're going to give Triple H credit for this, then you also got to give TKO credit for this.
And
So
we don't
I
wanna do
don't
that.
want to hear.
And we don't want to do that.
I
yeah.
don't want to hear Triple H himself and him. No, Unreal shows you. They sit around in their eating steak dinners in a big old Connecticut office
High-five
and
each other.
they
Yeah,
think of these
high-fiving, yeah.
ideas.
TKO doesn't watch
Because
wrestling. They just
no,
make the big decisions.
Jordan.
They could be
Because
high-fiving each
this
other in
is
that
this is
bullshit.
exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna go, and he's gonna read what's on the screen right now, and he is gonna blame TKO, and Jordan's gonna go TKO, TKO. That's exactly what he's gonna chant.
Yo, what's that?
Or I'm gonna
smell?
chant triple fraud till the wheels fall off. That's what I'm gonna chant till I don't have any feet anymore. I'm put in a wheelchair and you gotta roll me until the wheels fall off. I'm gonna chant triple fraud because you are gonna give him credit for a storyline that you like, a direction, not even the event happening, but just the possibility of Triple H going out there. And not even it happened yet. Just the sprinkle. See, you know what, CD? You know what Jordan's like? Jordan, he's not going to like the terminology I'm going to use, but I'm going to use it. Jordan likes to get teased. Jordan likes to get edged. Jordan likes to get on the cliffhanger. And sit there. You heard me right, Core Values. You heard me right.
What do you mean by that, brother? Edged.
He likes to sit on the cliffhanger and stay there. And as long as you give him the cliffhanger, he is fine staying on that cliff.
I thought you
but don't let it drop. Don't let the
brother.
ball fall and realize that there's a reason why it's a cliffhanger, because it's a hard fall down. That's exactly why he doesn't like it. But guess what? When the fall happens and the face hits the pavement and there's blood everywhere, gushing from the face of Jordan, and he has to stand up and look at everything and all the destruction and chaos around him and the remains of the epitome of a booger Triple H is, and he has to look at Yachty and Corbin. And he has to realize that celebs just might be ruining WWE.
Thomas Pestak.
He turns around and blames TKO, despite Triple H being the one raising Yachty's hand high. He blames TKO, despite Triple H being the one who put the stamp on approval. He blames TKO. I'm here to tell you this. CD, you talk about gospel. Well, let me tell you some news, buddy.
What's the gospel, man?
Celebs are not ruining WWE.
Well, they kind of are.
Has ruined WWE.
I mean, it's a mix of both. Hold on.
In front of your
It's a mix of
for
both.
the past 7 years.
It's a mix of both, brother. It's a mix of both.
celebrities have gone out here, and yes, they go out here and they go into these big stories, and we go, you know what, TKO, I can't believe they done this to my glorious WWE. But let me tell you something, brother.
Wow. Okay.
Let me tell you something, brother. The only man that has been ruined, do the anything, is the only man that has been doing the ruining around WWE has been Triple Hogan. It's been Triple Hogan. And I refuse to shift the blame onto TKO. Why? Have celebs been ruining WWE? Is Yachty versus Corbin an example of it? Kind of, sort of. My issue with this whole ordeal is this. And Jordan, you're going to hop right back on the re-support train in a second. There is no reason why superstars like Ilya Dragunov are getting fed up with not having matches and TV time, but we can have a Yachty versus Corbin on a Sunday night main event.
Gargano gets to sleep on a plank.
There's no reason why. I just don't see the reason why we don't have our top WWE superstars wrestle on weekly television, but we're making a Yachty v Corbin.
Crazy.
Am I saying that Yachty probably didn't train in the back room? He probably took some bumps. He probably fell on his back a few times. Good for him.
We're good.
There should be no reason why Trick Williams is not in this position. If you were going to have Baron Corbin have a match, should have had it been against Trick. Was the match going to be a good match? Probably not. Would it at least have Trick in the ring trying to make him better? Yes, because he's trying in a match. At least it's a step forward.
He's getting better, brother.
At least it's a step in a good direction. Instead, we're about to have Trick not wrestle at all and have Yachty versus Corbin. And I know there's a stipulation around the feud dealing with the premise of if Yachty loses, then Trick doesn't have, or if he doesn't last 5 minutes, then Trick's title shot is going away. Is that the best thing that could happen? Look, I'll do you this. How about Trick Williams versus Yachty in a stipulation match?
That works.
You give them a stipulation, you spice some things up, and now the room for opportunity grows. But now we have Yachty v Corbin.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, are celebs ruining WWE? Kind of not really. The booking already sucks. I think Triple H has kind of already messed up. Him and TKO and company have kind of already been cucking the business for a minute.
TKO.
Are celebs adding to the poverty on the screen? Yeah, I can say that. So, with that being said, go ahead, Jordan. Let's see what you got.
Actually, CD, you passed it to me last time. So the CD has not got to talk for a second. I'm gonna let him go this time, and then I'll
gladly.
That's how you do. Go ahead.
Absolutely, that's how we do it.
First of all, Jesus, man, what time periods we in? Letting celebrities run around here just getting matches for free. Like, you see how poverty this is. Triple H, Little Yachty, you two as a collective need to be hanging above a shark cage. A shark cage. Like, this is a cage and the sharks is right there. You know, they don't have a heart attack, Reese. I wasn't talking about that. Calm down. This is a PG product. Relax. It's okay. But they need, a shark cage. They need to be punished for this.
More PG-13.
The bad booking and Yachty just being here. You could have said, no, we don't need you here. Move to the side. Go back to rapping. Go back to spinning on the mic. Doing what you usually do. We're good. And Triple H asked for you, Mr. Quadriceps. We're good off your booking. I'm tired of you having guys like Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. Like, we're good. This match shouldn't be happening. They're ruining celebrities, and Triple H is kind of ruining what's going on right now. It's crazy. I think everybody should agree with me on this. Do we want to see Yachty in the ring? I don't care how many bumps he took in the ring. No. I don't even care to see him in the ring. All he's just going to do is wear like all white and just get the white dirty. We don't care. Baron Corbin is not even, listen, Thomas Pestak. We're good. We're putting two guys. Who cares? Who cares? It don't mean like you got Yachty, a rapper, a B tier rapper, and then you got Baron Corbin, a C tier wrestler. You put that together, you know what you get? You get trash. You get trash. And you adding this on a Saturday, I'm sorry, Sunday night main event. Are we Triple H? What goes through that bald cranium of yours when you think of these ideas? You just be in the writer's room dapping up your homies, Michael P. Hayes, like, yeah, man, yeah, we're gonna have a good show. You little Yachty is gonna be wrestling against Thomas Pestock. Yeah, let's do it. Like, we're good. I'm not gonna lie, they are ruining WWE. Triple H is also playing a part of this too. The bald man upstairs in Connecticut with the quadriceps, we're good. They're ruining WWE. And same with Triple H.
You know what? Done. CD, before Jordan goes, I really want to see how he builds this Triple H defense case, right? Because as Triple H's #1 lawyer, I want to know how he's going to escape Triple H booking a bunch of poverty in front of our faces. There is absolutely no excuse for the man. The issue, Jordan, is that last time when we talked about the possibility Triple H putting you on this cliffhanger of doom that is Cody Rhodes teaming with Paul Heyman, you gave him all the praise in the world for something that doesn't even exist. So tell me, why are you going to blame TKO and not Hunter Hearst Helmsley for booking the poverty that we see, which is Yachty versus Corbin, and not Saturday, but Sunday night's main event? Please tell us, Jordan, how in God's green earth are you going to save Triple H from this?
Well, I figured out a way. All right, so
figured it out.
I wanted to tell you.
How do you figure?
Well, because I believe, like I said, I agree with what. No, I disagree with what Reese said. So, like, I do have a reason. The thing is, Yachty is a celebrity, like a big celebrity. He probably pulled, like I said, he's probably a big draw for SmackDown in a lot of ways because he's with Trick. He's a reason Trick is so liked with his entrance and everything. He's such a big part of him. It's a big celebrity. So I think if Yachty wants to wrestle, he doesn't go through Triple H. I think Yachty's a big enough star that he goes through TKO. He talks to the big boys. His executives talk to the big boys. And I think that, I'm not saying this isn't Triple H's idea to like do it this way, like at Sunday Night's Main Event or anything, but I think Yachty wrestling was never Triple H's doing from the beginning. I think it was the fact that Yachty got into it, thought it was interesting, and since he has a whole bunch of money and he has a whole bunch of influence, he's like, okay, so he doesn't have to go through Triple H to do that. He can go through the TKO and be like, I eventually want to wrestle a match. They can be like, yeah, you're big star. Why wouldn't we let you? Because, you know, we don't really actually know anything about wrestling. We just want money. So like, you're little Yachty. I'm sure you'll bring some money. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that if someone asked me, like my friends tell me, hey, show me a nothing burger of a match, it would be this one. Lil Yachty and Baron Corbin. Like, what? Like, dog. It's almost like booking to get a reaction out of the fans, you know, like in a point. And it's like, I agree with what CD said. I do not believe that it is applicable, but just because Logan Paul was able to fall in love with this and really like it and become really good at, not really, but decent, good enough at it that we know that he should have a decent trajectory if he continues to stay invested. Probably a decent mid-card career. Don't think he'll be world champion, but never know. He's very athletic. He's very and he has a long time to work. But the reality is this. So everybody now thinks they can be Logan Paul. You know what I mean? And the reality is that, I hate to say it, but if you want a real way to turn a fan base away, or even a wrestler, like another famous person such as yourself, you know what you do? You get in this business and you try to take a spot from them. I guarantee Carmelo Hayes isn't much of a real Lil Yachty fan right now. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think it's kayfabe. I think that he's like, you know what? Screw that guy's music. Because you just came into my company, and because you're big and you're a big star and you sing, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go to. You know what? I'm gonna get a PLE match before you. Is what you just told Carmelo Hayes. You know what I mean? I'm be honest. It goes for the women celebrities too. Like Sexy Red and all. It's like, bro, these women superstars and these male superstars and these wrestlers, they don't want you in their space, taking up opportunities or taking up time that is valuable. Cody Rhodes is like, yippee, I finally get to face Randy in a huge spot at WrestleMania. Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee are like, hold our beer. You know, like, hey, we can't. What about us? What about me? I'm a podcaster. And Jelly Roll's like, but I've sold albums, bro. What's up, man? Hey, Randy. Hey, Cody. Good to see you guys. They're like, hey, yeah, what's up, dude? Like, this is kind of going to be a little difficult now. You get what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee they may have kept it to themselves, but they're like, okay, sick. Now, this is our main event. Like, this is what we get to work with. 2 celebrities. You know, like same thing with the little Yachty thing. It's like, I guarantee all the mid-carders right now, Johnny Gargano, all the ones that are held back right now on the SmackDown mid-card, they're not a big fan of Lil Yachty, like, as a person. They're probably like, you know what? We could really do without him in the company. He was cool when he was a manager, but now he's campaigning, and now he's got a SmackDown. He's got a Sunday night main event match before we do. He's got a PLE match before us. Baron Corbin's been back a month. He has 2 PLE matches. Like this is what we need to talk about. And I'm not saying that it isn't all some of it on Triple H. But like I said, there's people that don't have to go through Triple H. Lil Yachty's about as big, almost as big as the WWE himself. So, like, he doesn't have to go through Triple H. Triple H goes, I don't know if I'll just go to somebody above you. You know, and then Ari Emanuel goes, hey, by the way, Lil Yachty's going to get a match. And that's all it takes. Speed is another thing. Nothing against Speed. He's cool. But like, another person. Don't think he had to go through Triple H. Another person, Speed, can call up the WWE headquarters. Doesn't have to call up Triple H. Speed can call up Ari and a Mark and be like, hey, I want to show up, do this thing cool, do this cool move, or do this thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, you're Speed. You're I Show Speed. Like,
yeah.
That's where I will land that, is that I don't necessarily know if they're ruining WWE. I think that they are ruining WWE in the way that, like I said, everybody wants to be Logan Paul now. And now they're not. They're thinking that they're thinking that everybody's just going to be happy they're there because they're celebrities. Reese, like, bro, wouldn't it be so like Chris Evans or some random Marvel star? It's like, wouldn't it be awesome if I could just have one of your matches on your pay-per-view? It's like, yeah, no, go away. So that's my land.
Or just not have him there at all, to be honest.
In the show, and CD, I'll let you say your final point. There is no way in God's green earth that you think they do that.
Reese,
TKO and Hunter
before you say that, can I say one? I was gonna say I didn't get to say my Punk thing earlier, so for my closing statement, could I say that?
Go for it.
All right, go ahead.
No, go for it.
So God's green earth. No, not yet.
What?
For my closing. Like, we'll go. You go first.
See,
we're at God's green earth.
And that right there, CD, is what I call Triple H syndrome. Interrupting good things to place in a bunch of nothing. And that's exactly what Baron Corbin versus Yachty is. Triple H, to act like Triple H has no idea what's going on. Like, he isn't buddy with all those people in that TKO office. Let me tell you what happened. Since you want to fantasy book this comic of Triple H is going, oh no, little Yachty, I don't know if I want you on my program. And Yachty's like, well, let me talk to TKO. Lil Yachty does not know what TKO stands for. The last time he heard about TKO, he was playing a video game and got TKO. That's the last time he heard about TKO. So let me tell you what really happened. Lil Yachty walked up to Triple H because he knows that's the CEO, and he remembers Triple H being with Vince McMahon when he was little. And he was like, you know what? I love what you're doing, Hunter. So can I be a part of it? And Triple H was like, well, Lil Yachty, I am the game. And I really think you can be a part of this story. And I'm going to pair you with Trick Williams. And then Lil Yachty was like, you know what? This thing with Trick is going really good. So can I go and have a match with Baron Corbin? No. That's not even what happened. What happened was Lil Yachty was minding his own business, chilling with Trick Willie, finna get silly, and then
Ew.
what
Oh, God.
happened was Triple H walked into their locker room and said, "Trick Williams, I see that you're over, and you have Lil Yachty by your side, and it's cold like Minnesota. So we're gonna go ahead and book Lil Yachty." And that's exactly
Come
what
on,
happened.
bro.
He started laughing midway because even Triple H couldn't believe the fact that he was saying this out of his own mouth. He couldn't believe it. He can't believe it. The fact that it's Triple H and TKO working together. Stop acting like they are separate. They are not some divorced couple. They are together. Triple H has won. Yes, I have officially lost it. I have lost all hope. I have lost all anything good for this company that I had happening. It's over. Lil Yachty and Baron Corbin has CD. Take it away. Take it away.
I don't even know if I want to continue to talk about Mr. I don't even know if I want to talk about Pest Stock. Like, I don't even know if I want to talk about Triple H. I don't even know if I want to talk about Yachty. I already made this known, bro. Mr. Quadriceps, Mr. B tier rapper, Mr. Trick Willie. He's how is the bright spot of this whole feud not even in the goddamn match? I'm sorry, but how? That doesn't make sense to me, man. I don't like Triple H. I'm gonna just dive deep into Triple H. Triple H, you gotta be like one of the most half smart, half dumb. Like, I don't know what you are. I don't know if does he even like qualify as a human? Like, what is Triple H? Like, what does he think up here?
He's
like,
the worst person on earth right now. Currently, that's what he is.
Oh, that's I don't know about that.
I know about that.
There's other.
very
I
firm
don't know
about
about
that.
that.
Bro.
I don't know about that. But yeah, he's like probably in the top 10, maybe. But yes, like he has
He's
been
top
doing
one.
nothing but.
I mean, so by
It's like
default,
the
he's
top
top
20.
10.
No, he's in like the top 20 best. Bro.
Yeah, no, we talking. We're getting besides. Let's jump back. Let's jump back.
You see how he's eating? That's that TKO money. That's that TKO money right there. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I understand. I got you. See, luckily for me, I don't have Triple H syndrome. I got the
Is this how
D
Triple H
syndrome.
eats when he makes
The
decisions?
D
The what?
I don't have Triple H syndrome. I have the D syndrome, which means.
Pause.
Well, hold on. There's not a pause there. Hear me out. The D syndrome is something way better than the H syndrome. You got the H syndrome, which is
It
just
doesn't sound like it.
No. Hear me out. The D syndrome is something smart. You gotta think. And what I'm thinking right now is that Triple H is just slow in the head, thinking with these dumb ideas. The D syndrome starts here on the head. You know where the H syndrome is at? In the quadriceps. In the quads, brother. Right in the quads. He's thinking with his quads. He's not thinking with his brains. That sums up Triple H's entire thing up here. His brain is his quads. You get the idea. He doesn't have a brain. He doesn't have anything up there. He can't think straight. With these ideas, of course. Think about it, Reese. Think about it, Jordan. Who comes up with something like this just out of the blue? Like, hey, yeah, let's have a match about Yachty and Corbin. Like, we're good. Like, come on. I'm tired, man. I'm just tired of just this extra dumb stuff that Triple H just wants to do. Does he not get tired? See, this is why he's a stay-at-home husband. He sits he sits in his chair thinking of ideas, tapping the pencil on his face, like, what can I do to make people happy? I got it. Let's give Yachty a PLE match. They will love it. It seems to me that he's taking a lot of bad ideas from his father-in-law, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm going to end it off right there. We are good. All right.
Go ahead, Jordan. Plead your case for Triple H.
And please don't have the H syndrome. Make sure you think with the D syndrome. Make sure you
so You're delusional. Like Triple H
Hmm?
doesn't like these guys, bro. They be meddling in all of his work. He be faking it because they have more money than him and stuff. But anyway, as I sit here and I carelessly eat, like apparently you compare like probably like Triple H does when he thinks of his WWE shows. But I will say this: I do not think that this has been CM Punk's best run of his career. But I do think that if somebody wanted to argue it based on a couple factors, they wouldn't necessarily be wrong, like on the fact of his age and how he's still doing what he's doing. The fact of his ability to literally prove people wrong at every turn. Like in 2023, when he returned, he could have completely burnt out at the age he is. He could have stayed like he could have stayed like his normal, body type that we've known throughout his entire career. Instead, we've got a Punk at 47 in the best shape of his career and of his life, actually. Best physical shape. Literally shredded, and just with a lot of motivation that, like, low-key, a 47-year-old probably shouldn't have, but like, dog, there's a chip on this guy's shoulder, and you can tell. You can definitely tell. And I just think it's a brilliant thing when you really think about it, Reese, that he had so many haters, and he could have succumbed and gave them what they wanted, but he did the exact opposite. And he proved them wrong with a vengeance, like unlike anything I've almost ever seen before in the wrestling industry. Like, this guy has had, like I said, 5 to 6, you named some of them earlier, but like 5 to 6 just absolutely insanely good matches since 2023. Whether it's Punk Drew in the Hell in a Cell, whether it was Punk Gunther at SummerSlam, whether it was the triple threat between Punk, Seth, and Roman at the WrestleMania 41, rather it was him and Seth on the Netflix debut, rather it was him and Roman at WrestleMania 42, rather it was him and Sami on this SmackDown. Him and Cody was really good. He just, when it matters, the dude doesn't miss.
Absolutely.
Like, he just doesn't miss. And he's one of the greatest ever. And he's very polarizing, but I'm not going to lie. I've to the point where I've decided, and this is where I'll land this point. I've to the point where I've decided in my life that if everyone doesn't hate you like they hate an SGA or a Mahomes or a CM Punk or if they don't hate you like that, you ain't really made it. You ain't really made it yet. I'll put a John Cena in there because I know you were bopping your head wanting me to say that. I'll put a John Cena in there. If everyone doesn't
stigma around it, but I do think CM Punk will retire as one of the top 10 WWE superstars of all time. I want to thank you. I want to thank CD for joining us. I want to thank everybody for joining
absolutely
us inside the comments.
Make sure
we appreciate you guys. This is Standoff at Night. This usually doesn't happen. Usually you can catch us around 2 to 3 o'clock p.m. You will see us live and in living color. Make sure you guys follow the franchise Instagram to stay keep up for any updates and things of that nature. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and continue to share it out. So much more is coming. So much more is on the way. This
Support
has
Triple
been
H.
Franchise Wrestling
Triple
Saturday
H.
Standoff. We appreciate you guys for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed us for the past 20 minutes of us going into Triple H rants and whatnot. Going a little off course of our usual program, but just having good conversation with you guys in the comment section, also good conversation between ourselves. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for what you guys have done. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We will see you guys on Takedown Tuesday live. Also, stay tuned for any of our YouTube uploads that will drop consistently throughout the weekend and continuing in the week.